It was a dark and stormy night at the Bloodstone Manor. Werewolf by Night begins with this cliched trope and continues on to a well-known premise established by classic monster movies from the 1940s and 50s. It's a stylish homage to those classic movies, making it a mesmerizing celebration of everything those classic horrors represented. But what makes Werewolf by Night so good? Stick around for this review and find out what score I give it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on all new reviews I put out weekly here at Off the Cover. Without further ado, on to the video. Werewolf by Night is based on a Marvel comic of the same name and part of Marvel's Monsters line from the 1970s, which included Dracula, Frankenstein, Blade, and Man-Thing. The TV special tells the story of Jack Russell, played by Gael Garcia Bernal, a well-dressed man among a group of monster hunters who came together after the death of their leader, Ulysses Bloodstone, for a ritual hunt to determine who will succeed as the group's leader. The hunters are tasked with hunting down a monster who is fitted with the Bloodstone, a powerful artifact. I wonder if this will fit into the larger narrative of the multiverse saga, much as the Infinity Stones fit into the previous MCU saga. The group of hunters includes Jovan, a Scottish monster hunter, Azrael, a David Bowie knockoff that didn't really provide much and was just there, Barasso and Liorn, both cunning hunters. The hunt is led by Verussa, played by Harriet Sansom Harris, the widow of Ulysses Bloodstone. The group is also rounded out by the estranged daughter of Ulysses, Elsa Bloodstone, played by Laura Donnelly, who has returned to claim what is rightfully hers. She's not like the others and develops a certain kinship with Jack. In one scene, they run into each other on the hunt and decide not to kill each other right then and there. Their dynamic evolves into a friendship as the group turns on Jack when they find out he is a werewolf and not one of them. As it turns out, Jack is there to rescue the creature they were all hunting because, as we later discover, they're friends. The creature also turns out to be the classic monster Man-Thing from the comics. I'm glad they introduced this character because it will open up a whole side of the Marvel Universe that has yet to be tapped. This will also lead in nicely to the eventual Blade movie starring Mahershala Ali later in Phase 5 of the MCU. Werewolf by Night could have been developed into a longer feature film, but came out as a shorter TV special which fits in nicely with the Halloween season. I'm glad they decided for a shorter outing as it kept the story, character development, and scenery very tightly produced. An hour is not a lot of time to tell a complete and cohesive story, and the writers did a fantastic job tying everything up and introducing the monster side of the MCU. The special effects were purposefully janky, using classic retro smoke and mirrors. When it came to the werewolf's transformation, occurring entirely off-screen, it avoided the over-the-top digital effects that have been so prevalent in every Marvel movie as of late. The attention to detail paid by director Michael Giacchino shows his taste for the genre. The entire thing is shot in black and white and plays homage stylistically to not only the monster movies of the 1940s and 50s, but also other classics like Wizard of Oz and An American Werewolf in London, to even more contemporary films such as Sin City, with its use of color among the black and white imagery. The film even adds the cigarette burns to the shots for a more authentic movie theater experience. The director proves himself to be a master of the long, slow zoom, popular in those classic monster movies, with the camera inching its way closer and closer to the characters. It's a neat trick that really heightens the tension and anticipation. When we finally see the werewolf, it becomes a far more gory rampage than I might have expected from a Disney MCU movie. Although Werewolf by Night is far bloodier than your usual Marvel film, it doesn't become an all-out gorefest along the lines of the Deadpool franchise. The film focuses much more on tension and building a spooky atmosphere than simple violence, which makes the experience that much richer. Along with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which I've also reviewed earlier this year, Werewolf by Night is one of the Marvel's first steps into the darker corners of the MCU, which we haven't yet explored. We find Easter eggs and references to other areas which I'm sure will make their appearance as we inch closer to the release of the Blade movie. I should also mention the acting. Gael Garcia Bernal is excellent for the role of Jack Russell. Bernal originally cut his acting teeth in Amores Perros and Y Tu Mamá También, as well as the excellent 2004 biopic based on the non-fiction work everyone should read, The Motorcycle Diaries. Laura Donnelly as Elsa was also very well played without too much of the woke elements like Mary Sue's that have unfortunately become so common lately. She outsmarts her enemies rather than outfighting them. There are some scenes where she takes down much larger foes, but those are far fewer than similar films coming from Disney. The only gripe I have is with the discount David Bowie. This androgynous thing serves absolutely no purpose to the narrative, and I'm not really sure why he was placed here except to just show a certain number of hunters in the group. Overall, Werewolf by Night is an excellent introduction into Marvel's monsters lineup. The direction provides the perfect spooky atmosphere to tell a new story while paying respect to the past. The simplicity of its premise and the lean nature of its storytelling at a brisk 54 minutes deserves applause. Gael Garcia Bernal is a spectacular addition to the MCU with solid acting credentials. I hope Marvel brings him back for future endeavors. The film faithfully evokes the kind of classic horror that we haven't seen in decades. The style and tropes may be well worn, but they are entirely new to the MCU, and I hope are further integrated to the wider universe. Werewolf by Night may not be that scary, but its tension will keep you on the edge of your seat with its creeping tone and atmosphere, which captures the very best of those old classic horror movies of the 1940s and 50s. I give Werewolf by Night a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars, and definitely recommend you check it out. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more great reviews. And also be sure to click on this video for a review of another great show out of Disney Plus, Andor.